Get ready because the news cycle is an absolute tornado right now, and we've got the absolute must-know updates to keep you ahead of the game. From the tech titans making waves to the entertainment world dropping jaws, this is your ultimate download. We're diving deep into what's hot, what's next, and what you absolutely cannot afford to miss. Buckle up, because we're about to break down the stories that are dominating headlines and shaping our world. You want the inside scoop? You've come to the right place. Let's go. First up, Apple's September event is just around the corner, and while we're all buzzing about the iPhone 17 and new Apple Watches, there's a whole other universe of products simmering in their pipeline. We're talking about what's confirmed, what's rumored, and crucially, what you won't be seeing next week. Get ready for the breakdown. Next, we're diving into the AI arena where Elon Musk is making some serious noise, suing Apple and OpenAI. Is this a genuine antitrust battle, a play to boost grok, or a bit of both? We've got the expert take on whether Apple's AI strategy is a masterclass in patience or a sign of them playing catch-up. Plus, we're exploring potential blockbuster acquisitions that could redefine their AI future. You won't want to miss this deep dive into the tech giant's AI ambitions. Switching gears to the streaming universe, Apple TV Plus is dropping a brand new action series that's channeling serious 90s Hollywood vibes. Think Con Air meets The Fugitive with a dash of Alaskan wilderness. We're getting exclusive insights from the creators and stars of The Last Frontier, uncovering what makes this show a throwback thrill ride you'll want to experience. Get ready for high-octane action and a story that's as rugged as its setting. And finally, for all you Siri fans out there, the wait might almost be over for that AI-powered upgrade we've all been craving. An analyst is dropping major intel on when we can expect an LLM Siri, what it will actually do, and why it might not be exactly what you were expecting. It's all here, all now. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for all the latest, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get it. Apple event anticipation, what's in and what's out. Get ready, Apple enthusiasts, because the highly anticipated Apple event 2025, widely expected to unveil the iPhone 17, is just days away. Historically, Apple uses these September events not just for the flagship iPhone, but also as a showcase for a suite of other groundbreaking products. Last year, for instance, we saw the debut of the iPhone 16, the Apple Watch Series 10, and the new AirPods 4. The momentum is expected to continue this year with the iPhone 17, Apple Watch Series 11, Apple Watch Ultra 3, the sleek iPhone 17 Air, and likely the highly anticipated AirPods Pro 3. Apple's September launch events have traditionally focused on its core mobile ecosystem, iPhones, AirPods, and Apple Watches, but the rumor mill is always churning with possibilities for other devices to make a surprise appearance. However, not every innovation in Apple's vast product pipeline is slated for a 2025 debut, and certainly not at this upcoming event. Some products are earmarked for separate, later-in-the-year unveilings, while others are being held back until 2026. For instance, Apple has transitioned its affordable iPhone line from the SE moniker to the new E models, starting with the iPhone 16e. While this signifies Apple's continued commitment to its budget-friendly segment, the next iteration, likely the iPhone 17e, is not expected to launch alongside the iPhone 17. This is largely due to Apple's historical pattern of releasing its affordable iPhones in the spring, a tradition that began with the iPhone SE in March 2016 and continued with subsequent models in April 2020 and March 2022. The iPhone 16e itself debuted in February 2025, reinforcing the spring release window. Mark Gurman of Bloomberg suggests that the iPhone 17e is indeed on the horizon for 2026. Similarly, Apple's Mac lineup, including potential M4 Mac Pro models and future Macs powered by the upcoming M5 chip, are generally announced at separate events, typically held in October or May. This means that if you're in the market for a new MacBook, you might need to exercise patience. Reports indicate that some Mac products, including a MacBook Pro with the M5 chip, could see delays extending into 2026. While the M4 Mac Pro might still emerge before the end of 2026, don't anticipate any new Mac hardware at the September iPhone event. New iPad announcements also tend to follow a similar pattern, often unveiled alongside Mac products, with a strong preference for springtime releases. Consequently, expectations are low for any iPad reveals at the upcoming iPhone 17 event. Gurman's insights point towards a significant iPad refresh in early 2026, potentially including a new entry-level iPad, models equipped with M4 chips, and possibly the aforementioned iPhone 17e as part of a broader product rollout in the first half of the year. Even the popular AirPods Max are not expected to see an update next week. With the first generation being around 5 years old, the next iteration is rumored to be some way off, with some reports suggesting a 2027 release. While the upcoming refresh is anticipated to bring a lighter design, new features like heart rate monitoring, and updated internals, the current AirPods Max received only minor updates last year with new colors and a USB-C port, keeping them largely in the first-generation category. Finally, while a new HomePod Smart Home Hub and HomePod Mini 2 are in development, their debut at the September event is improbable, though not entirely impossible. Apple is expected to release a HomePod Mini and a new Apple TV 4K by the end of 2025. But these smaller products are more likely to be announced at a separate event, perhaps alongside new Macs. The larger HomePod Smart Home Hub, a competitor to Google's Nest Hub, has reportedly been pushed back to 2026 to better integrate Apple Intelligence, making a September 9th appearance highly unlikely. Hold on tight, because the tech world never sleeps, and there's more groundbreaking news coming your way. Next, we're jumping into the high-stakes world of artificial intelligence and a surprising legal battle that could shake up the industry. Elon Musk versus Apple and OpenAI, the AI lawsuit deep dive. In a move that has sent ripples through the tech and AI communities, Elon Musk's xAI has filed a lawsuit against both Apple and OpenAI, alleging a conspiracy to stifle competition and harm the public interest. The core of the complaint centers on Apple's decision to integrate OpenAI's ChatGPT into its ecosystem, including Siri and writing tools, while allegedly giving OpenAI an unfair advantage by providing access to billions of iPhone user prompts. Musk's lawsuit also targets OpenAI for allegedly betraying its nonprofit origins, a point that highlights the complex and often contentious history between Musk, OpenAI co-founder Sam Altman, and the company's evolution. From an investor's perspective, particularly for Apple, many analysts, including Motley Fool contributors Travis Hoyam, Lou Whiteman, and Rachel Warren, view this lawsuit as a nothing burger for now. They argue that AI is not currently the primary driver for investing in Apple, which is fundamentally a hardware-centric business with a powerful ecosystem. However, the lawsuit brings to light Apple's perceived lag in the generative AI race and its reliance on third-party models to enhance features like Siri. This partnership with OpenAI is seen as a logical step for Apple to bring its AI capabilities closer to those of its competitors and appeal to a new generation of users. The lawsuit's claims extend beyond mere App Store favoritism, a critique often leveled against Apple. Musk alleges that Apple and OpenAI are actively suppressing Grok, his own AI venture, out of fear that its potential as a super app could undermine the smartphone market. This assertion suggests a broader concern about market dominance and the future of mobile computing. However, the prevailing sentiment is that Grok's current challenges, including well-publicized engineering issues, make it a less attractive option compared to OpenAI's ChatGPT, which benefits from incumbency and a strong brand presence. The market's preference for ChatGPT, coupled with Grok's perceived weaknesses, likely contributes to its current disadvantage. Lou Whiteman points out that AI's future may hinge on distribution and commoditization, where factors like App Store rankings and integration into existing platforms become paramount. Google's Gemini, with its deep integration into Google's suite of products like Docs, YouTube, and Android, presents a significant distribution advantage. In contrast, Grok's reliance on X, formerly Twitter, with its relatively smaller user base compared to giants like Meta, poses a considerable challenge. This dynamic underscores the importance of strategic partnerships and robust distribution channels in the increasingly competitive AI landscape. Adding another layer to Apple's AI strategy, rumors have surfaced about potential acquisitions of AI companies like Mistral and Perplexity. Perplexity, with its advanced AI-powered search engine, could significantly bolster Apple's own AI offerings, including Siri and Spotlight Search. Such an acquisition could also serve as a strategic hedge against Apple's current search deal with Google, especially in light of ongoing antitrust scrutiny faced by Alphabet. While Apple has been perceived as trailing rivals like Microsoft, Meta, and Google in the AI space, its deliberate approach, prioritizing consumer privacy and accuracy, might explain its cautious rollout of AI features. CEO Tim Cook's emphasis on privacy could be a factor in Apple's hesitancy to release potentially imperfect AI functionalities. The company's strategy might involve a series of acquisitions rather than a single large move to bolster its AI capabilities. However, as Lou Whiteman notes, Apple's core strength lies in its customer base and ecosystem. The company's ultimate goal might be to leverage AI to drive iPhone sales and encourage upgrades, positioning its definition of success differently from its competitors. Despite past stumbles in AI development, Apple's dominant market position and loyal customer base suggest it remains well-positioned to capitalize on the AI revolution, even without immediate, large-scale acquisitions. It's a complex web of legal battles and strategic maneuvers in the AI space, but the world of entertainment is also serving up some serious thrills. Prepare yourself for a high-octane throwback as we head to the rugged landscapes of Alaska for a brand new action series. The Last Frontier, Apple TV plus 90s action thriller revival. Prepare for a cinematic journey back to the golden age of 90s Hollywood action with Apple TV plus upcoming series, The Last Frontier. Set against the stark, unforgiving beauty of a sleepy Alaskan suburb, the show promises a high-octane thrill ride reminiscent of classics like Con Air and The Fugitive. Creator John Bokenkamp, known for The Blacklist, aims to deliver pure, unadulterated entertainment, as he describes it, something fun and come together for a thrill ride. This deliberate throwback aesthetic is a core tenet of the series, aiming to capture the escapist spirit of 90s action blockbusters. The narrative kicks off with a dramatic event. A prisoner transport aircraft crashes just miles from a small Alaskan town. The responsibility of tracking down the 50 escaped convicts falls upon the shoulders of Frank Remnick, the town's nearly retired U.S. Marshal, portrayed by Jason Clarke. Bokenkamp describes Remnick as a modest, blue-collar figure who feels increasingly obsolete in a rapidly changing world. This catastrophe forces him to confront not only the escaped prisoners, but also a larger conspiracy and a shameful, wrongful past that seems to be repeating itself. Clarke emphasizes that Frank becomes a pawn in a much grander scheme, compelled to face history head-on. Remnick isn't the sole focus. The series also introduces Sydney, a disgraced CIA agent played by Haley Bennett, tasked with a critical mission, locating a particularly dangerous prisoner known only as Havelock. The identity of Havelock is shrouded in mystery, with a reveal planned for the end of the first episode. Sydney's pursuit of Havelock is intertwined with the investigation into the plane crash itself, hinting at a deeper plot beneath the surface of what appears to be a random accident. "He's bad news, trained in the art of chaos," explains executive producer Sam Hargrave, who also directed Extraction, bringing his considerable stunt and directing expertise to the project. Bokenkamp's inspiration for The Last Frontier stems from his own experiences growing up in a rural community, leading him to relocate the story from an initial urban setting to the Alaskan wilderness. "I understand that better than the city," he states, emphasizing his desire to create a story that was fun and escapist, devoid of political undertones. The show draws heavily from the style of 90s Hollywood producers like Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, and directors like Tony Scott, whose films often centered on high-stakes scenarios like plane hijackings or fugitive pursuits. Bokenkamp cites Point Break and Enemy of the State as prime examples of the popcorn movies that inspired The Last Frontier, acknowledging their potential for absurdity and departure from strict realism in favor of pure entertainment. Hargrave's background as a stunt coordinator for major franchises like The Hunger Games and the Marvel Cinematic Universe proves invaluable. His ability to communicate complex action sequences to actors and translate intricate stunt choreography into compelling on-screen moments is a significant asset. As a stunt performer, you're working with people, Hargrave notes, highlighting the transferable communication skills essential for directing. The Alaskan setting is more than just a backdrop. It's positioned as a character in itself. The wilderness presents a formidable challenge for the escaped convicts, forcing them to contend not only with the environment but also with the local populace who are deeply connected to the land. In a way, it's man versus nature, and how man, when integrated with nature, can use it to their advantage, Hargrave explains. Bokenkamp adds that the rugged landscape creates a sense of urgency and interdependence, forcing characters to rely on each other in ways that transcend modern conveniences. Clark further elaborates on the impact of shooting in wild, untamed locations with beautiful, crazy weather, noting that such demanding conditions ultimately reveal the cast and crew's capabilities. The Last Frontier is designed to evoke visceral reactions rather than intellectual contemplation. Its frenetic energy, an urgency and momentum that I don't see a lot of in streaming, according to Bokenkamp, sets it apart from the more measured pace often found in contemporary television. It's a show that invites viewers to buckle up, put your chin strap on, and go on a really fun ride. From gripping action on Apple TV Plus to the ever-evolving world of artificial intelligence, there's always more to unpack. We're circling back to Apple's AI efforts, with new intel on when we might finally get that superpowered Siri upgrade. Apple's LLM Siri, expected early 2026, analyst predicts. Analysts are buzzing with anticipation for Apple's next major AI leap, with a prominent report suggesting that a significantly upgraded Siri, powered by a large language model, LLM, could be rolled out as early as 2026. This highly anticipated iteration, internally referred to by Apple executives as World Knowledge Answers or the Answer Engine, promises to imbue Siri with advanced knowledge and conversational capabilities, moving beyond its current limitations. While this development was hinted at during WWDC 2024, the release timeline has been a subject of much speculation, particularly after a perceived delay that led to some user disappointment and even a lawsuit alleging false advertising regarding Siri's AI enhancements. According to insights shared by Mark Gurman via Bloomberg, this LLM-powered Siri will function primarily as a sophisticated web search tool, capable of summarizing information from various sources into concise, easy-to-understand responses. This feature is expected to closely mirror the AI overview capabilities offered by competitors like OpenAI and Google on their respective platforms. Initially integrated into Siri, the technology may eventually extend to other core iOS functions, including Spotlight Search and the Safari web browser, providing a more unified and intelligent user experience across Apple's devices. The upgrade is designed to present information through a versatile interface that supports text, multimedia content, and even local points of interest, enhancing Siri's utility for everyday tasks. This move is seen as a crucial step for Apple as it strives to keep pace with rivals like Google, Microsoft, and Meta, who have been aggressively advancing their AI strategies. Apple's own AI efforts have faced scrutiny, with some observers noting that the company has been perceived as trailing in the generative AI race. The potential acquisition of companies like Mistral and Perplexity has been floated as a strategy to accelerate its AI development and bolster its platform. While the WWDC 2024 showcase suggested an earlier launch, possibly alongside the iPhone 16 lineup, the actual release has been postponed. This delay has fueled further speculation, with some analysts predicting a 2027 release via iOS 28, while others maintain the earlier 2026 timeframe. Regardless of the exact timing, the integration of LLM capabilities into Siri represents a significant shift for Apple, aiming to transform its long-standing virtual assistant into a more powerful and competitive AI tool. The company's commitment to user privacy, as emphasized by CEO Tim Cook, likely influences the development process, demanding a high degree of accuracy and reliability in consumer-facing AI applications. This cautious approach, while potentially leading to delays, underscores Apple's dedication to delivering a polished and trustworthy AI experience. That's a wrap on the latest tech and entertainment buzz, but we've got one more essential recap before you go. Get ready for a lightning-fast summary of today's top stories and all the ways you can stay connected with us. That's a wrap on today's essential updates. We covered Apple's event expectations, the explosive Elon Musk AI lawsuit, the 90s throwback action of The Last Frontier, and the much-anticipated Siri AI upgrade. Don't miss out on any future breakdowns. Smash that like button, subscribe to iPad Focus for all your tech and entertainment news, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. For more insights and to join the conversation, follow us on all our social media channels. We'll see you in the next one.